When I was injured, it wasn't a setback, it was an opportunity to start something new, and the door of triathlon opened. It's cool to show someone what's possible. We can do this, we can run. And we don't have to just run around the track once, we can run miles and miles. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do, and we're just going to keep pushing and keep growing and progressing.
A traditional triathlon is swim, bike, run, and that has certain advantages. I chose to create something unique that would be an adventure.
Don developed basically a training course that ultimately evolved into what we know as the SOS race course. In a typical triathlon, you're going to have a swim, followed by a bike, followed by a run. When you come to SOS, there isn't just one of everything. There is only one bike, and it's the first thing you do. Then you have 4 different runs, and each of those runs are separated by a swim. The mental game of SOS is one of the things I think that changes you as an athlete.
I've been involved in endurance racing for 5.5 years. I had a physical injury, and the first thing that popped into my head is I wanted to prove to myself that I was the same person. I decided I wanted to be a Marine when I was in the 8th grade. I did a career research report, and I was just so impressed with what the Marines represent and realized that there's always going to be someone sacrificing to provide freedom for our nation. And from there on, I knew that I wanted to be a Marine and serve that purpose a little bit larger than myself. In 2011, I was serving in Afghanistan. On December 9th, I was on a patrol and I stepped on an improvised explosive device that led to the amputation of my right leg. When I woke up in the hospital, I was in pain, I couldn't sit up, but honestly the first thought that went through my head was, I'm alive, and I get to go home and I get to see my daughter and my wife, and that was an important first thing to handle. And then the next step was, all right, let's move forward. What is it that I can still do? I think everything, but I'm not sure. There's a gentleman that approached me. He talked about the Challenge Athletes Foundation, and his question to me was, what sport do you want to do? I had recently lost a leg, and that wasn't most people's first words out of their mouth. I needed a physical challenge, and I couldn't think of anything harder at the time, so I was like, that's it. That's going to be my goal, to finish an Ironman triathlon. And I finished that race, but I've had opportunities to race in a lot of different races. It's just opened my eyes to what is out there. When I found out about the SOS, one, it seemed challenging. Sometimes you don't know what you're getting yourself into, but I just felt that this is going to be something special, and I don't want to miss this event.
So when you think about some of the toughest people on the planet, U.S. Marines somewhere in the top of that conversation. You turn them into a triathlete, you got a pretty fierce individual there.
3, 2, 1.
My biggest challenge with this race is carrying my prosthetic run leg when I swim. I've never had to carry that run leg, and I cannot swim with it on. I plan on taking it apart, so it's 2 pieces, putting it into a waterproof pack, and then wearing that pack as I swim. I've always loved sports, but I've always loved the outdoors. So just being part of nature, it's hard to put together a better combination. At the end of a race, when everything hurts and every part of me wants to quit, thinking about the people that are maybe cheering me on or the people that are watching, I feel like I need to finish to show them that this is possible and inspire them to reach their goals. The SOS Triathlon stacks up with the most challenging things that I've done. When I was laying in the hospital bed, right after I lost my leg, I couldn't imagine the emotions that I'm feeling right now. If you set goals and you just don't quit, you'll get there. I hope everyone makes it to the top of this hill someday.